Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and every other beautiful individual and entity. My name is MaximumAustin, and today we're going to be talking about the Emoji Movie. The Emoji Movie isn't really all that great. And obviously by now, by the time you're hearing this, you've probably seen the 0% Rotten Tomato rating by critics. And I don't really think it warrants a 0%, but it's still not very great, and it's still pretty awful. But not awful in the way you expect. Like, there's nothing really offensive in this film. It's just so generic and by the numbers. I mean, if you've seen any kids movie, any animated film, mainstream animated film from the past decade or earlier, you have seen the Emoji Movie. There is hardly anything original in this film. And the original things that it does have, they're quickly squandered, shoehorned in, and dumb. This is probably going to be a quick little ditty I'm doing on the internet, but man, this movie's just dumb. It's just generic. You've seen all these stories before. A character finding his place in society and life. They go on a big adventure. The characters learn something. There's nothing. Literally, you can make it does nothing original. And I was bored for most of it. I'm sorry I don't really have an essay-like format to present this to you, but I don't. It's just boring. Everything, this was parody. This is what the Lego Movie was parodying, 3 years ago. This is just probably the worst movie Sony has ever put out. Worst animated movie, excuse me. I mean, the characters don't work. Every joke lands on a thud. The pacing is awful. It's boring. There's no rhetorical meat to it. There's not even anything all that entertaining. It's just dumb. It's such a nothing movie. And that sucks. I'm going crazy! I don't think the audience was all that entertained either. There were families in my audience. It wasn't really packed like Finding Dory or Inside Out, but the kids were just getting anxious, and it's such a boring movie, and something at the very least shouldn't be. Something like this film shouldn't at least be boring. Elements of its lore doesn't make sense. There's a feminist sort of character arc with jailbreak lodged into the film. It doesn't work. None of the characters come off as likable or interesting. It's just the villain has little and no motivation. No, she has no motivation for doing what she's doing. We're not given a backstory thing. It's really just it's like Sony just picked this up from the ether, and it was oh hey Sony, hey, our animation budget needs to animate this. We have it. Yeah, don't just get it out by next summer. And you know what? It was announced It was announced a year and a half ago, if I recall. Animated films these days, they take a lot of time. I think the average is about 4 years. And if this was made in 2 years, I would believe it. It's so lazy. Parts of it is so lazy. You know that one movie, you know that one video that one user made, you've already seen the Emoji Movie? You could do that, have that format, and just go through the movie. Just go through the movie picking out, oh hey, this has been done before. Oh hey, this has been done before. Oh hey, this has been done before. And what good is that? It'd be fun if they had a spin on it like Sausage Party did. At least it had commentary and interesting stuff going on. It was a satire and a comedy, but this one doesn't have that. I mean, we've reached peak animated film thing with Sausage Party. You kind of need a new spin on it, and this is so generic. I can't imagine earnestly anybody liking this. I don't give a crap about the voice cast. I mean, there's no really bad performances. This is probably easily the worst movie Patrick Stewart has ever starred in, and he's hardly in the film. And I hardly laughed at it. It's just so stupid. And what really disappoints me is that how it portrays the high schoolers in this film. They're oh, we're on our phones, oh, we're texting, oh, phones. And even after, how it works in with this, inner phone stuff, and how it, affects the world outside, it just presents the real world stuff as sort of vapid, vain, and Not very flattering. Like, I wanted to learn about these characters and maybe, hey, they'll be interesting, but nope. Like, that was interesting. Like, make something about that. You can have the smartphone emojis and the kid and see how they react from one another and what they mean to one another and stuff, but I feel like the script had a draft that was like chopped up, because there's some interesting ideas here, some interesting visual things going on. Like, it's not smart. It's nothing. It's a nothing film. It kind of sucks to see that. It's not even a good, dumb, fun film. Apparently, from what I hear, people watching like Despicable Me and Minions, they at least have fun with those. This is just such a nothing film. And it really kind of bums me out that the high school characters weren't really written all that well or developed, because, are you saying, like, you can't write a good kid character? I call foul on that, because I've seen great kid characters in fiction, in animation. Do I need to point left? You obviously can't see this. Do I need to point left to my shelf and tell you that, I can name two great kid characters with Steven and Connie from Steven Universe? Do I? Huh? I do not recommend you watch the Emoji Movie. Do not see it in theaters. Wait, if you have to, just for curiosity's sake, wait until it goes on Netflix or something, because this film isn't great. I feel ashamed that this film was made the way it was, and kind of bummed out. It's just awful. Awfully generic. I don't think it's 0% on Rotten Tomatoes bad, but seeing how the critics have seen this movie over and over and over again, this type of movie, I can understand where they're coming from. It just stinks. I know we got Samurai Jack Season 5 from this decision, but you really had to cancel Gendy Tartakovsky's Popeye and Lauren Faust's Medusa for this thing? That's awful. Anyway, I say if you absolutely have to see it, wait until it comes off on Netflix, because it is boring. It has no ambition. It's just generic. It's not a fun time. I forget like most of the movie now. Things move too fast. The jokes don't land. It just fails. I wouldn't recommend seeing it at all, but if you have to, I'd at least like wait for it on Redbox or Netflix. So I don't know if I can say anything else, but anywho, what'd you think of the Emoji Movie? Did you like it? Maybe leave a comment. We'll chat about it. Anyway, I'm MaximumAustin, and until next time, remember to keep being confident, and you enjoy your day.